So Bex, 100 appearances for Nottingham Forest. Just start off with, how did it feel to achieve that?
Yeah, really proud, obviously. Yeah, I kind of got there a bit quicker than I thought. It sort of crept up. I knew it was coming up, but I didn't realise it was coming up so soon. But yeah, really proud moment. It's a nice milestone to get to.
Going back to the start there, that first picture of you, have you got any standout memories from your first spell here at Nottingham Forest?
To be honest, I was a fresher at uni, and that's probably what I see when I look at this picture. Yeah, I just remember sort of being quite young within that group and sort of trying to establish myself. And I think we were not a bad team, but we definitely didn't have the success that we have now. But yeah, I haven't seen this picture for a long time.
Man City at the City Ground.
Yeah.
How did that feel, you know, one being in front of the Forest fans and also playing against that opposition?
This was, yeah, I mean, obviously the score, the result wasn't as favourable as we'd have liked. It was a tough game. I just remember that, you know, for sure. But it's always a good experience playing against tough opposition. We had a great crowd as well at the City Ground. So yeah, one of my first times playing at the City Ground, so that's a fond memory in that sense. Yeah, I got some sore legs the day after that game, I think. Really enjoyed that day. Scored as well, scored a free kick, so yeah, that was a good memory. It was a perfect day for football, you know, green carpet we were playing on, scored a goal, good performance and won some silverware, so yeah. That was a good day all round, I think.
Halfway on to the following season, obviously we got our first win at the City Ground, first Nottingham Forest women. How did that feel to beat Derby?
Yeah, really good. I love playing at the City Ground. I wish we could play there more, and hopefully we will in the future. I always imagine what it would be like to play in a full stadium, because it's, you know, loud enough when it's a quarter full or an eighth full or whatever it is. So. Yeah, it's obviously really special. It's a great, you know, opportunity and experience for us, but it's also a nice opportunity and an experience for them to come and see us playing at the City Ground, which, you know, a lot of those supporters maybe don't get the opportunity to go to the City Ground that often. You know, you've got a much better chance of coming to see us probably than nabbing a ticket for the men's game. So yeah, love that photo. Hate to admit that I knew where the camera was, I think, at that point. That was a great day. We had some great memories in those final games of that season, some really sort of significant goals and wins, obviously, that we needed to win the league. So yeah, that was probably up there with one of my favourite memories, I would say.
Next one up, we got the League Cup final, beating Watford. A bit of a crazy game, just kind of sum it up for us.
Yeah, I think that's my favourite memory. I was talking about this earlier, and I was asked sort of what was my favourite memory so far of Forest, and I think it was that moment of us like clinching the winner and the celebrations, and I think it was just from, you know, the highs and lows of the game, obviously going a goal behind really early on, and, you know, it was full of emotion and it was so intense, and it could have gone either way.
We have to talk about it. Are you saying G Mitch goal, or are you claiming that one now?
Do you know what? Obviously I think it went down as G Mitch's, and I watched it back the other day when I'd hit 100 caps. I was, you know, scrolling through the photos and the videos, and I watched the goal back, and then the announcer says that it was me, and I was like, oh, somebody's, you know, awarded me the goal. Only
a week later, we went on to win the league as well.
Yeah.
What did it feel to, you know, cap off that season winning the double?
Yeah, amazing. It kind of all happened, so like when you're in it, I don't think you really kind of think about it too much. You know, it's sort of a wave of highs and, you know, lots of celebrating and you know, sort of praise and recognition for what you've achieved, but I don't think it's until you sort of reflect on it a few months later, or even now, you know, a lot of these pictures I probably haven't seen them since they were taken, so it's kind of like, yeah, you know what, we did well then, you know, you kind of reflect on it and sort of acknowledge it yourself of what you achieved.
Moving ahead to this season, over summer, obviously a big change with the hybrid model, signing your first contract. How did that feel?
Yeah, I don't think I've had a signing picture before, so that's a first. Yeah, it was obviously a transitional period, one that, you know, I wanted to be a part of and go on that journey with the club. It was sort of going into the unknown a little bit in terms of what we knew sort of what was expected of us, but there were a lot of things that were sort of still undecided in terms of how things were going to look. Obviously we hadn't got a head coach at that point, so it was sort of going into the unknown and sort of taking a bit of a gamble, but one that I think is paying off. So yeah, no regrets there.
Just reflecting on the season so far, what would be some of your standout moments so far?
We've had some really good wins, some important victories. We've taken points off teams around us that's been really important. I haven't scored yet, so I can't say I've any scoring highlights yet. But then obviously my 100th appearance last week was a big one. Yeah, very special. Not the best team performance, but we got the win, and yeah, a good game. Personal moment for me, I think. I've been quite fortunate, touch wood, in my career, that I've been available. I've been fit and healthy, and I've been available to help the team and for selection. And I would like to think that I've maximised my playing career in terms of the opportunities that I've had to play, in terms of staying fit. I say this all the time. I've said this to a few people now. I wish I knew what I know now as a 30-year-old when I was 18, 19.
We'll just finish on one point.
Yeah.
Obviously 100 appearances. What do you see ahead of you at Nottingham Forest as well?
Well, yeah, we'll see, I guess. I love playing for this football club. I moved to live in Nottingham because of football, and sort of I've settled with my life here now. So, for as long as I've got left playing, I'd like to be here at Forest. And obviously it's a great journey that we're on. It's been a transitional period, but there's a longer term kind of project going on in the background. So yeah, obviously if I could be part of that, then long may it continue.